Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say Kalam Yahweh Shem Yahshua Hashem Harakak Wadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who do, of course, rule and teach well. Those are men I learn the truth from. Just want to get into, a couple scriptures, Lord one, be edifying, flowful luck. Alright, so I want to get into Deuteronomy chapter 18. Verse 18, I'll raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass, whoever will not hearken unto my words, he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. All right, and that prophet is talking about Yahushai. All right, so that's a prophet that we raised from among our brethren, right? The Messiah. But he was also a prophet. You can just read Matthew, 24, things like that. Yahushai, he prophesied. He's the Messiah. But he also prophesied, man. And through his sacrifice, we were able to be in this mercy period that we're in now, which is closing. But the point I want to get onto is in verse 20 on down, 20 to 22. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. Right? So that reminds me of forgive me, kind of scrolling up and down here. Trying something a little different. I want to be able to use my computer. So this is the book of Revelation 22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto the plagues that are written in this book. Right, and that main plague is that nuclear destruction. Right, which the missiles are, they're gonna totally destroy America. It's like a main target. Right, you have millions of warheads hitting this place, right? And then other parts of the world, because wherever the third part of man dwelt, so other parts of the world are gonna get hit. Israel is gonna get hit, but those other nations, those other lands, territories, they're not gonna be completely blown off the map, and no one's ever, the people are gonna dwell there. You know what I mean? Like after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like not here. This place, it's gonna be like smoke. It's gonna rise up this place, for some time, and this place is gonna be never dwelt in again. All right, so we're gonna be immortal. So, Lord willing, be at that number. So 1,000 years from now, all right, no one's gonna be dwelling here. 2,000 years from now, no one's gonna be dwelling here. All right, when I say here, I say Babylon the Great, which is America. Revelation 22 and 19. If any man shall take away from the words, the prophecy of this book, the Most High shall take away his part of the book of life, which means being the elect, and the holy city for the things that are written, which are written in this book, right? Which means that, you just come around in the second trip, because all Israel shall be saved, as saved the scripture. So, you just die on this side, and you're going to come back in reincarnation. All right, so all these other Israelite camps that teaching the wrong thing, like Nate not teaching the name, like these other Israelite camps teaching you to profane the Sabbath. I think it was, IACPK, so you could pop your woman during the Sabbath. One of these guys teach that shit, and it's like madness. I'd like to touch on one body. They don't believe in, miracles. That Yahushua did miracles, right? Which, that was, it's part of his works, man. It's part of the gospel, right? And greater works than these shall you do. You know what I mean? That's what Yahushua said. All right, so, you gotta believe in that. Like, it's madness if you don't. All right. So back to Deuteronomy. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18 and 20. I start again. But the prophets which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. Right? Because, back then you had soothsayers and, these different sorcerers that, they were doing prophecy, but like on the left hand, communing with demons and things like that. Esau still be getting with that stuff, doing witchcraft. And thou shalt say in thine heart, how should we know the word which the Lord hath not spoken? Right? So how are we gonna know that this guy is not telling the truth? When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord hath not spoken. But the prophet hath spoken it presumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him. All right, so when a prophet speaks, and that thing don't happen, you don't be afraid of him. All right, but if you're paying attention, all the things that our elders and apostles, on down to the brothers, make and post and make videos of, it's all coming to pass. Right, so you should be afraid. Right? You should be afraid. You should be in that spirit of fear, like, man, I gotta get right, because everything the brother's been talking about as per scriptures, right? And prophesy means to speak before, and they only speak the words of the Heavenly Father, because all scriptures are given by inspiration of the Most High. 2 Timothy 3:16. So everything the brothers are speaking is true. It's coming to pass. Right? Everything, the plagues, things the brothers were talking about, decades ago. Right? Now you got these places pushing, UK pushing the digital ID, right? All this stuff. Right? It's all coming to pass. Right? And, you already have people that have taken the MOTB, like Sweden. Right? It's like a couple thousand, I believe, and they took that thing. I want to say like 2020 during Windows 19. So it's getting to that time. Lord edified, so shalom.